Hello everybody, and welcome back to Space Engine. Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun. Always love Space Engine. I'm tired. I'm not gonna lie, I'm tired. My cat has decided that she wants to wake me up every day when I'm trying to sleep. She just walks in and like sits on me and talks, and it's like, please leave me alone. So I'm going to kick her out next time because I need a good night's sleep. Or a day. I don't know, I'm nocturnal. Anyways, today I am pretty sure I'm in the Milky Way because I thought I saw the Magellanic Clouds. Well, that's the Pleiades, so I'm definitely... Oh yeah, I'm definitely in the Milky Way. Wait a minute. Oh, right. That's right. I was by Mars. Cause I... Oh, is that Mars? Or is that like Saturn or something? That's right, because last time I opened Space Engine, I was getting B-roll for the Mars video. That's Jupiter. That Mars? That's Vesta? Really? Did I just randomly find Vesta? Cool, let's go there. Awesome. I didn't intend to find literally a tiny asteroid, but hey, Vesta. It's, what, like the third largest asteroid or the second largest asteroid in the asteroid belt after Sirius? I believe so. I remember, I think, well, I know Sirius was originally thought to be a planet, but then it was demoted when they found a bunch more. And they called it something that... It was kind of funny because they were like, it needs a different name because it's not a planet. So they were like, well, it's kind of like a star, but it's not a star. So they decided to call it star-like, which was asteroid, you know, Astra star, yeah. So it's like, so asteroid just means like star-like, or something along those lines. Yeah, there's Mars. Alright, where are we going? We are, first off, I'm going to go to 39 PSC. Yeah, PSC. Object not found. Is it the space? I'm unsure about that one, but I can try. There's an NGC here. And I do know that NGCs are generally safe to go to because they're always in the catalog. There we go. Oh boy. Alright, we have a galaxy. Take your bets. What's it going to look like? I'm going to assume that it's going to be a spiral galaxy. It has a nicely defined central bulge. Let's find out. Yeah. Alright. Well, since I'm here, I might as well hang out here. Whoosh. Alright. Into the galactic plane. What we're looking for? We're looking for life, as always. Man, I went to the dentist this morning, and they put like this fluoride varnish on my teeth. Literally the worst experience at the dentist. Didn't hurt or anything, but it like feels like really, really bitter glue, and I can still taste and feel it. It's the worst. I mean, no, it's not literally the worst, but it's like, damn. Anyways, what has happened over the last few weeks? Starship's getting ready for its first flight. It's actually kind of cool seeing all the heat tiles on it. China's Mars rover finished its 90-day mission and is now in its first extended mission, which is kind of cool. I actually really enjoy some of the pictures that the Chinese rover's bringing back. I forget the names, but you know what I'm talking about. Curiosity's doing its thing, Perseverance doing its thing, Ingenuity is flying, which is pretty cool. Dragonfly is actually going to be getting to Titan a few years faster than thought, because they're going to launch it on, I believe they're going to go with a Falcon 9 Heavy, but I'm not sure about that. All I know is that it's gonna reach Titan faster, which I'm totally on board with because I love Titan. So I'm looking forward to that. I've been working on some stuff, as always. My brother became a father, I think, what, 2 weeks ago? So by extension, I'm now an uncle, which is kind of fun. But that's about as far as I care, so... A cold, airless mini aquaria with life. That sounds like a fun place. Let's go there. I would really like to be able to, like, check the info on objects, but when I do that, the game crashes, so I'm kind of not able to do that. I don't know why it does that either. It's like, there's no reason for it to crash when I hit the info tab, but it just does. I don't understand why. I'm getting some Iapetus vibes on this. Oh, that's because of the shadow, actually. It isn't a dark thing. It actually has more moon, like Luna vibes. My goodness, it's bright. Is that intentional? Eh, it doesn't matter. Look at that cratering. Ooh, look at this big basin right here. Oh, we have stress fractures, stress fracturing. A lot of these ice moons do. Or what are those called, like, stress ridges? But no, is this a basin, or is this a, like a, no, it kind of, it kind of gives off a basin vibe. The shape strikes me as that, but it doesn't, I don't really know. It could be a very old one. Very flat. Ooh, wow. That's kind of pretty. Right then, where are we going? That's over here, why not? Ooh. Look at you. It has kind of a custardy look to it. I have no idea why the mouse was doing that. That wasn't intentional. There we go, that's what I wanted to do. Oh, I didn't know I could do that. Alright. If I hold down both mouse buttons, I can drag it forward and back. The more you know. I've only been playing this game for what? Like 5 years? 6 years? What an odd planet. Anyways, the suggested topic to this video was Interstellar. No specific part of it, just the movie. So it's like, alright, I liked it. It was fun. The music was great, as always. I found the title kind of unnecessary, because it was like, it's Interstellar, but they go intergalactic for some reason. And it's like, alright. Could they not have found a black hole within the galaxy? Like, there's a lot of them here, but I guess, no, they had to go intergalactic for some reason. But that's a small grievance. Uh-oh. Oh, no, we're good. No, I liked the Endurance. It was a cool ship. The wormhole was kind of cool. It made sense. It was a sphere. It was nice to see a wormhole that wasn't a flat hole. It was actually a bubble, like you'd expect from a fourth dimensional object. Well, it was the visible portion of a fourth dimensional object, like the three-dimensional representation. It was a hole in fourth dimensions, so it was projected as a three-dimensional object. Sure, we'll go with that. I don't know. Actually, I think it's more like fifth dimensional, because it kind of is a combination of everything. Fourth dimension is a temporal dimension, it's time. So I'm pretty sure it, like, well, it goes through higher dimensions. Oh, I forget, but it's like I think its fifth dimension is like the combined sum of physical and um, temporal space. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've read anything about that. But yeah, it was kind of cool. I liked the planets. I don't have a lot to say about it, honestly. Like, I watched it and I enjoyed it. I mostly loved the music, which is strange because you think I'd be all over everything else, but no, I love the music. But yeah, no, I say that a lot. I need to stop doing that. Hmm. My mind isn't working very well today. No, it is not. I'm gonna have to edit this video a bit to kind of remove some of the, like, bullshit that I've just been kind of tangenting on. And I keep saying the same words over and over again. And it's just like a verbal tick thing. My brain doesn't work. I just default to certain words. But it was a good movie. I enjoyed it. I actually I will say I found. Oh, there we go. The time dilation was kind of fun. It isn't really done in movies, at least not well. So it was nice to see that. But the biggest takeaway from it was mostly Matt Damon gets lost a lot. I mean, honestly, the amount of movies about trying to rescue Matt Damon, there's so many of them. Alright, we have a hot arid Terra with life. That's fun. I still don't understand like why they couldn't have found a system within the galaxy, like within the Milky Way. Like maybe it's the amount of energy required to get a stable wormhole. It required distance. I don't know. I don't know why that bothers me. It just does. It's like why? Why was it? Why did it have to be intergalactic? That seemed unnecessary. But whatever. Whatever. Wormholes. I don't actually think that wormholes would be our first form of interstellar travel. Well, I mean, like superluminal travel. Our first interstellar travel will almost certainly be like lasers or antimatter. Probably laser photon sails, because that's where a lot of the research and work is currently being done in. But in terms of like actual human vehicles, like crude vehicles, I mean, if you get lasers strong enough, you could do it. But I think antimatter beam cores or something like that would be a best bet for us to send people to other star systems. We get photon drives to work. That'd be great. Where you basically culminate the photons generated from antimatter reactions and direct them out back. But that requires somehow culminating gamma rays and trying to like it's just and neutrinos. You lose a lot of energy through neutrinos. You could do black body radiation, where like you basically just use the emitted photon heat from a reactor to push your spacecraft, but the thrust on that is so crappy that you need a ton of energy, and the amount of energy you need would make it impractical. So it's like, I love photon drives, but the only practical photon drive really is like the photon sail, where you have the solar sail being pushed by lasers or starlight. But a man can dream. Or we can do fission fragment rockets. That's when you have a reactor where you like there's different versions of it, but the one I know of is like a bunch of disks that rotate in and out of the reactor core. And when they're in the core, they go critical and cause fusion reactions, and they basically like slowly ablate. And then when they come out of the reactor, they cool, and you basically just do this a whole bunch, and you produce thrust through the actual like debris from the fission reactor being accelerated out the back because of the reactions, and you can get really, really high speeds and really good efficiency, and it's actually a practical form of interstellar travel we can do today, but it would still take quite some time. So when it comes to going to other stars, the word practical is a pretty wide margin. Like using an Orion drive, we could You know, that's a practical way to get to another star system. It would still take about a human lifespan to get to Alpha Centauri, about 45 or 45 to 60 years. Um, but that's better than thousands. So, actually, my favorite speed for interstellar travel is 70% the speed of light, or just over 70% speed of light, because you get effective light speed at that speed. And what I mean by that is, due to the time dilation effects of moving that fast, it balances out with your distance traveled. So, on board the ship, every year of travel equates to 1 light year of travel. So, if you were traveling, say, 5 light years at 70% speed of light, it would take you 5 years ship time to do that distance. And it would be like 6 or 7 years Earth time. Like there'd always be a few year margin on Earth where it's like, because like for you would see basically one light year per year, but on Earth it would be different because of time dilation. But it's a really cool speed that I find. I use it a lot in my writing and whatnot because again it's basically effective light speed. Sure, you could go faster and you would get there faster, but time dilation becomes way more apparent. So it's like 70% is kind of the good balancing out point where it's like time dilation helps you, but also doesn't screw up your oh, what do you call it? Your perception of time back on Earth, I should say. Like it isn't too big of a disconnect. So that's kind of fun. We have organic multicellular aerial life. Cool. So yeah, I don't think we're gonna be doing wormholes like in Interstellar, but I could totally see us doing photon sails, fission fragment rockets, and maybe antimatter in the future. I personally like antimatter, but it's difficult to make, or it's actually it's expensive to make. In order to make practical amounts for space travel, we'd have to have either a huge, like, a huge ring of solar panels around the sun generating power just for antimatter production non-stop, with like a surface area probably more than the Earth, or like a massive amount of fusion reactors powering, like you basically, in order to make it practical, because it takes so much energy to produce antimatter, and it's kind of like there's a practical limit to how much you can make, and you can't make much more than that. So you'd have to, in order to make sizable amounts, you'd have to just basically have tons and tons of factories running simultaneously, because each individual factory won't make enough really to matter, but together you can make it add up. It's kind of like having a faucet that's dripping water to fill a bathtub. One faucet will take you a long time, but if you have 50 faucets all dripping at the same time, it'll add up quicker. Or we can go out to like Saturn and harvest antimatter from its radiation belt. I like that one personally, but that's just me. You could also harvest antimatter from Jupiter and other gas giants, but I think Saturn has a better amount because there's interactions with particles in the rings that produce more antimatter. So you get captured antimatter from interstellar space, and you also get antimatter from the rings, and it all just kind of stays magnetically caught up in the magnetic field. Earth actually has an antiproton belt too, but it's very small, so there's no real point in harvesting anything from it. It wouldn't be usable. Of course, a lot of people want to do anti-hydrogen as their fuel of choice, and I'm like, I guess, but it's harder to contain hydrogen because it's neutral, so it's like I think it's neutral. Yes, I'll have to look into that. I'm like 80% sure it's neutral. Again, my brain isn't working, but either way, it's like antiprotons, you can keep them magnetically bottled up perfectly fine. But hydrogen, it's like it's harder to magnetically bottle, if you even can. So it's like, how would you store your anti-hydrogen cloud? I'm not sure. But I think you can if you have a strong enough field. You can you can keep it stable, but I don't know. When you have antimatter fuel, it wouldn't be like a liquid or anything. It would literally be a cloud. It would be a gas or a ring of it being stored magnetically. Like if you had antiprotons and protons as your fuel, you would have just a ring of accelerated antiprotons, kind of like what they have at CERN research labs. And if you used antihydrogen, it would be a cloud. It wouldn't be like liquid hydrogen, or it wouldn't be like liquid antimatter. It would just be a cloud. And you'd only have like, I don't know actually. I think 1 kilogram would be enough to get a fairly large ship going pretty fast, and to get places pretty fast. You wouldn't need a lot. So yeah, and you, it's like if you had like 3 grams interact with each other, it would be like the largest nuclear explosion ever. So it's like you have to be very careful with antimatter. But photon sails, that's perfectly fine. You just basically shine a laser at your sail and boof, you're gone. Don't have to take fuel with you, you just go. So that's probably the most likely outcome. Wormholes would be cool, but alas, no. Matthew McConaughey will not be traversing the galaxy in wormholes anytime soon. Although he might be running Texas, which would be kind of funny, so we'll see how that pans out. Yeah, I don't really have much to say about Interstellar, like, as the movie, honestly. It's weird. I just don't have a lot to say about it. You'd think I would, but nah. There's things about it I liked, but there isn't really much to say. I don't know, without, like, a specific topic, it's like, what do I talk about? I could spend the entire time talking about Hans Zimmer. I think I made the music. I think he was great. I like his music. Music's very important to me in movies and TV shows. It kind of really makes or breaks it. So, yeah, well, that's 22 minutes. I should probably end it up there. I need to have a bit of a margin, 'cause I need to cut this down a bit, because there were some parts where I, like, stopped talking, or I kept repeating myself. But either way, I hope you enjoyed. I'll make better content later. I have a lot of work to do tonight. If you want to help out the channel, I have the Patreon linked below. That would be great. You can also buy, I have a bunch of merchandise you can buy. I have just a bunch of stuff. I don't know. I'm trying to find ways to monetize the channel without putting ads on it. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and space.